But I didn't think I'd ever be a golf pro to start with years ago. Didn't know how I was going to do it, but then to make a living playing golf and then to get in the Masters is not too easy.
Today, our region lost our greatest golf figure. The pride of Belleville, Bob Goalby, passed away at age 92.
Before Bob Goalby died, he left behind something that would echo through the halls of professional golf forever. He was my GOAT. But who were the 5 golfers that this living legend believed represented the absolute best of what the game could be? For his passing in January 2022 at the age of 92, Bob Goalby identified 5 individuals who embodied the virtues he spent 70 years championing throughout his remarkable career. Their names would become a masterclass in excellence, mentorship, and the true soul of competitive golf at its finest. If you're curious about the values that shaped one of golf's greatest bridge figures, tap the hype button to show love for the story, because what follows is a celebration of legacy and the 5 pillars that Bob Goalby believed made golf worth playing. Bob Goalby was born into the hardships of the Great Depression on March 14, 1929 in Belleville, Illinois. His father was a coal miner and the family grew up poor, facing significant hardship. This background shaped everything he would later admire in others. He grew up near St. Clair Country Club, where he worked as a caddy to gain access to the game. This exposure to the pure sound of a well-struck ball became his North Star. He turned professional in 1952 and won his first PGA Tour title at the 1958 Greater Greensboro Open, eventually amassing 11 PGA Tour titles. The defining moment of Goalby's career came in 1968 at Augusta National. Shooting a 6-under par 66 on Sunday, he displayed the precision and power that validated his status among the elite golfers of his era. His back 9 charge featured birdies at the par 5 13th and par 4 14th holes, followed by a legendary 3-iron approach to the par 5 15th that settled 6 feet from the cup, leading to an eagle. But the victory came with a shadow. Roberto De Vicenzo signed an incorrect scorecard due to Tommy Aaron marking a 4 instead of a 3 on the 17th hole. By signing the card, De Vicenzo had to accept the higher score, placing him at 278, 1 shot behind Goalby's 277. The aftermath was bittersweet. Goalby received mailbags of negative correspondence, with many accusing him of collusion despite playing in a different group. The media favored De Vicenzo as the sympathetic figure while casting Goalby as undeserving of his victory. However, the respect Goalby received from Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer helped him navigate this difficult period. Nicklaus treated him as a true peer and legitimate champion. Bobby Jones, the co-founder of Augusta National, praised Goalby's 3-iron as one of the finest shots ever seen and reminded him he was a champion. This letter became a prized family heirloom. Before he passed away, Goalby identified 5 golfers who represented the absolute zenith of the sport and embodied his personal philosophy and lifetime of values. These were not merely the statistically greatest players, but a carefully and thoughtfully curated selection embodying specific virtues Goalby championed throughout his remarkable career: loyalty and family, fitness and discipline, charisma and innovation, psychological dominance, and strategic brilliance. To understand these choices is to understand Goalby's own philosophy, where the rules of golf were not just regulations, but a moral compass for a life of dignity and quiet resilience. Number 1. Jack Nicklaus and the gold standard of strategy. If Arnold Palmer was the soul of the game, Bob Goalby viewed Jack Nicklaus as its absolute gold standard and the ultimate benchmark of excellence in professional golf competition. Goalby's admiration stemmed from the clinical, strategic mind that Nicklaus brought to every round of golf competition. He dismantled courses through superior planning, intelligent course management, and the remarkable ability to perform under extreme pressure. His record-breaking career included 18 major championships and absolute dominance at the Masters with 6 wins, 15 top 5 finishes, and 506 career birdies. These statistics painted a picture of consistency and mastery that few golfers in history have ever achieved. Goalby's relationship with Nicklaus was profoundly influenced by the controversial 1968 Masters outcome. Nicklaus treated Goalby with utmost respect and dignity, never questioning his green jacket and treating him like a true peer throughout their careers. This grace from the world's greatest player was vital support during a difficult period when much of the media was dismissive of Goalby's accomplishment. Goalby cited Nicklaus as his favorite pure golfer because Jack's game lacked Fundamental weaknesses that opponents could exploit. His 27 total cuts made in the PGA Championship and ability to win on any terrain made him the ultimate benchmark for professional excellence. For Goalby, Nicklaus was the personification of pure golf, physical power, technical perfection, and an impenetrable mental game. Number 2, Tiger Woods and the evolutionary leap. Perhaps most surprising among Goalby's favorites was Tiger Woods. While many golfers of his generation were slow to embrace the modern, power-oriented game that Woods ushered in, Goalby was an early and vocal admirer. As a veteran broadcaster for NBC, he had a unique and analytical perspective on Woods' remarkable ascent through the professional ranks. Goalby's fascination centered squarely on the mental intimidation factor that made Tiger so formidable and dominant. Woods did not just play against the other golfers in the field, he played against the course itself in a way that had never been seen before in professional golf. Goalby recognized that Woods was an evolutionary leap in the sport, combining raw power with strategic discipline. Despite the considerable generational gap between them, Goalby saw in Woods the same traits he admired in his other favorite golfers: the relentless work ethic of Gary Player, the natural charisma and star power of Arnold Palmer, and the exceptional strategic brilliance of Jack Nicklaus. Woods' dominance was evidenced by multiple wins at the Farmers Insurance Open and his 13 consecutive cuts in the PGA Championship. Goalby named him a favorite because he saw in Tiger a competitor who had mastered every facet with no weaknesses to exploit. Number 3, Arnold Palmer and the soul of the game. Bob Goalby and Arnold Palmer were contemporaries and close friends, forged in the heat of professional competition, and shared responsibility of growing the professional game into something bigger. Goalby credited the king with single-handedly saving professional golf by transforming it into a televised spectacle that captured the imagination of millions. Before Palmer, golf was a niche sport with limited audience. With Palmer, it became a cultural phenomenon fueled by television. They played together in the 1963 Ryder Cup at East Lake in Atlanta, Palmer serving as the team captain. Goalby's admiration was genuinely twofold. He deeply loved Palmer's aggressive go-for-broke style and was absolutely captivated by his natural charisma and magnetic charm. To Goalby, Palmer was the soul of the game, making golf accessible and exciting to the masses. Palmer had a gift beyond golf. He could charm a room with a smile and inspire thousands of fans to follow him around a course. His gallery, Arnie's Army, was devoted to him with almost religious fervor. This was authenticity mixed with genuine warmth. The synergy between Palmer and Goalby was instrumental in founding the senior tour. They realized the public still hungered to see legends compete. This vision helped build the PGA Tour into what it is today. Goalby saw Palmer as a transformational figure. Number 4, Gary Player and the triumph of the small man. Goalby's respect for Gary Player, known as the Black Knight, centered on his unmatched work ethic and revolutionary approach to physical fitness and athletic conditioning. During Goalby's competitive peak, the idea of a professional golfer as a dedicated athlete was not mainstream in professional sports. Many golfers were more associated with the clubhouse than the gym and fitness regimens. Player proved conclusively that a smaller guy could compete with and beat the longest hitters through pure determination, rigorous physical conditioning. This admiration was solidified during the 1980s and 1990s as they competed together on the Senior PGA Tour. Goalby was one of the primary catalysts for this tour's creation, campaigning relentlessly and persistently for a viable platform where older professionals could continue competing at high levels. Player's record of 19 consecutive cuts made in the PGA Championship from 1961 to 1981 was powerful statistical evidence of discipline that Goalby respected deeply. For Goalby, Gary Player represented the triumph of human will over physical limitations and natural disadvantages. Player refused to fade away. He refused to accept that age meant decline. Instead, he attacked every day with intensity and determination. Goalby remarked that Player was the ultimate competitor because he transformed physical fitness into a competitive advantage when most golfers neglected it entirely. Number 5, Jay Haas and the architecture of mentorship. When Bob Goalby named Jay Haas as one of his 5 favorite golfers, the choice was deeply personal and rooted in the concept of mentorship and family legacy. Haas was Goalby's nephew, the son of his older sister Shirley. Goalby was the primary architect of Jay's entire golf career, introducing him to the game at age 5 with a specially doctored-up club featuring a sturdy leather grip. Goalby's admiration stemmed from much more than family loyalty. He viewed Jay as the physical embodiment of the classic golf swing, a reliable and fundamental-based motion that Goalby himself had mastered over many decades of professional play and teaching. Watching Jay succeed on the PGA Tour with 9 wins and the Champions Tour with 18 wins provided satisfaction that surpassed his own Masters Championship win. Jay's successes gave him more joy than his 1968 Masters win because it represented a shared philosophy of the game passed down through generations with care and dedication to excellence. The lineage extended into a third generation of professional golfers. Jay's sons pursued successful and rewarding careers, with Bill Haas winning the 2011 FedEx Cup and the Tour Championship. This continuity of skill and professional conduct validated the humble, work-centric values Goalby championed throughout his entire life. The Haas family brand became synonymous with excellence in fundamentals and golf excellence, a legacy that Goalby initiated and Jay refined through his own career and teaching. The philosophy Goalby passed down was simple: be humble, let your clubs do your talking. The Haas family golf facility in Greenville became the physical manifestation of this mentorship, designed to pass knowledge to future generations. Today, the Haas family continues with the values Goalby instilled. Haas Family Golf is more than a practice range. It's a community focused on excellence and fundamentals. Bill Haas continues to give back to junior golf. Kai Goalby's work as a golf course architect allows him to shape the strategic designs that his father and Jack Nicklaus deeply appreciated. The legacy lives on. Bob Goalby's selection of his 5 favorite golfers served as a comprehensive and detailed map of what he valued most in the human spirit and the game of golf. Each choice reflected a specific pillar of excellence that Goalby himself strove for or deeply respected throughout his remarkable career. Jack Nicklaus represented strategy and peerage, the gold standard of mental toughness and the living example of how a true champion treats his competitors with grace and dignity. Tiger Woods represented evolution and dominance, proof that the game would always continue to advance, pushing the boundaries of what was psychologically and physically possible on the golf course. Arnold Palmer represented charisma and growth, proof that golf could be more than a sport. It could be a televised spectacle that captured the heart of a nation and saved the professional game from complete obscurity. Gary Player represented discipline and grit, proof that physical conditioning and a relentless work ethic could overcome any natural disadvantage, allowing a smaller guy to reach the pinnacle of a power-driven sport through sheer determination and unwavering dedication. Jay Haas represented legacy and fundamentals, living proof that the game could be passed through blood and mentorship, maintaining a standard of pure striking and excellence over a career spanning decades of professional success. Goalby's life was a testament to the idea that the rules of golf are more than just a handbook for play. They are a fundamental and comprehensive framework for living with dignity, honor, and integrity throughout one's life and career. Whether he was handling the fallout of the 1968 Masters controversy or coaching a 5-year-old Jay Haas in the backyard, Goalby remained tough and realistic. He never sought sympathy for the controversy that shadowed his greatest win, nor did he boast about his contributions to the Senior Tour's expansion and evolution. Instead, he found peace in the pure sound of a well-struck ball and the remarkable success of those he mentored and influenced throughout his long career in professional golf and golf administration. Goalby came from a small town with not many golf courses nearby and rose to the upper echelon of professional golf through hard work, dedication, and an unwavering commitment to excellence, a journey that he viewed as a special privilege that nobody could take away from him. His life reminds the golfing world that while championships are won on the course through superior play and skill, a lasting and meaningful legacy is built through the character and integrity one displays long after the final putt has dropped into the cup on the 18th green. By naming these 5 individuals as his favorite golfers before he passed away, Goalby provided a final and comprehensive masterclass in the virtues, values, and guiding principles that make golf the most demanding and rewarding of all sporting endeavors in the modern world. He was my GOAT, and through the golfers he deeply admired, and the timeless values they stood for throughout their illustrious and remarkable careers. His indomitable spirit still walks every fairway of every golf course around the world, inspiring and encouraging future generations to play the beautiful game with true integrity, unwavering discipline, genuine grace, and respect for one another and the game itself.